My goodness. Like, this is what I relate to because I've been dealing with the gremlin. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
That's what happened when Grace ain't up here.
Great. How's
We don't know what we're
everybody?
doing. Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
So,
everybody.
yeah, our lovely Grace will not be joining us tonight. She's dealing with hot weather and no AC and all that jazz. So she gets the night off.
Who wants to be hot and trying to be messing with computers?
And
Not
this is not
me.
the time of year to not have good working AC.
Oh my goodness. No, it's not. I get
Especially,
cranky.
yes, it does affect your mood. I've noticed when it's like that's one thing I like about more winter months is even with snow and all that, just being at home, I feel like it's easier to put on some layers or
Yeah.
light a like there's more things you can do I think to be comfortable. But heat, it's like there's
Mm-mm.
nothing
You
other than
can't be
soaking
naked.
in. So yeah, and you'd have to like be outside in the pool or just ice cubes or something. I don't know, but
Uh, Well, so Mousy said Juju is playing D&D tonight, so she is busy.
oh,
So we got
gotcha.
Mousy, Rocket Couch, Grace, Always Grateful,
Miss
Fish
Cassandra
Maid.
shenanigans.
Oh,
Oh shoot.
she's not playing it. She's like, hold on, wait a second.
Yeah, we meant to do this Father's Day one. Was it last week?
Yeah,
But
we were
life.
gonna do it. Yeah, we were gonna do it, but I wasn't feeling too well. You were out of town.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, I just gotta address Mr. Mousie's wounds. Oh no. Hope he's
what
okay.
did you do? What'd you do to him, Mousy? Did he get hurt putting one of your tanks up?
This
We'll
that
just blame
oh
Mousy. Uh oh.
Richard, I don't believe. I don't believe that. But found found a few that were very interesting and I was like, yeah, I gotta say that one. Am I the dad hole? That's a good one.
Yeah.
What's interesting is some of I thought when I thought most of the people posting would be like it was a lot of it was like the wives saying, "Am I an asshole to my husband?"
Yeah. Oh, he hit his leg. Ooh, owie.
Ouch.
So he's
So,
clumsy like me. Okay.
do you want to get started or give it a couple more minutes?
Oh, yeah, we can get started. Who wants to go first? You want to go
Should,
first?
should we rock paper scissors? Just kidding.
Yeah, how are we going to do that?
I'm just kidding.
It's like,
It's like, what'd you put up? No.
I don't know. You say it first.
I put up water balloon. That's what I got.
Oh, I balloon.
Or dynamite. Okay, let me. Won't be able to share my screen, so it'll be like story
Yeah.
time with Carly and Cassandra. So, um, okay, this one's a little long, but after I read it, I had so many thoughts on it. So it's like, yeah, I'm picking this one. All right. So it says, am I the asshole for throwing away my husband's Father's Day gifts after what he did on Mother's Day?
Oh, no. Hey, April. Good to see you. Thank you for joining.
Hey, bro. So it says, my husband and I have two kids, a 6-year-old boy and 8-month-old girl. He told me for 2 weeks leading up to Mother's Day that he had an entire weekend planned for me. This is not normal, but there's been years in the past where I did complain and feel hurt because he didn't really do much of anything for me on Mother's Day. But I always went all out for him on Father's Day, and I just felt unappreciated. So I'm thinking that he finally understood where I was coming from and was only going to make it special for me this year. I quite literally only asked for a massage, and he repeatedly said that he couldn't just give me a massage because it, quote, wasn't enough. So I don't know. At this point, I'm truly thinking this man went all out. Anyways, Friday rolls around and a bunch of people start showing up. He invited a good 10 to 15 people over. I think I knew two people. He called it the Mother's Day bonfire. We had a fire all right, but I was the one who chased the kids around all evening, my 6-year-old while holding the baby, and some other person's two kids because they weren't watching them. And quite literally, no one spoke to me. I wasn't acknowledged until the very end of the evening, and that was by my husband's buddy, who told me he was, quote, stealing my husband to go out four wheeling. It's like 11 p.m. at this point, and everyone except me was drinking. I said my husband wasn't going anywhere. I even said this to my husband. You're drinking and you're not going anywhere. He took that as oh, I need to find a DD and then I can go. So he asked the neighbor to drive him around and took off with everyone. I'm extremely hurt at this point because this was my promised weekend and I got stuck with other people's kids, wasn't spoken to at all, had a mess to clean up, and now my husband is taking off. I explain how hurt I am the next morning. He says he gets it and apologizes and says he just had too much to drink and wasn't really thinking clearly. Okay, I get it. It's whatever. We didn't do anything Saturday because he spent half the day sleeping off a hangover. Well, yesterday rolls around and his boss calls him at 6 a.m. and asks him to come into work because they are short staffed, and he said yes. So I expressed hurt and said, but it's Mother's Day. He says, I know, I'm sorry. I just don't want to pass up the opportunity for more hours, which I get that too. So whatever. He gets home at 5 p.m. and starts getting the kids dressed and ushered towards the door. So I'm thinking we are finally going out to celebrate. We end up going on a walk, which I love walking, but 5 minutes in, he's complaining that he has us turn around because of the black flies. So again, I'm disappointed. When we get back home, he lays down on the couch and says, oh, your gift is in the truck. So I go down and it's a $5 storage container for sugar or flour. I do like stuff like this, but I'm so hurt at this point. I asked him if I could at least get a massage, and he says, I'm sorry, babe, I'm just so tired, and falls asleep around 8 p.m. when he usually doesn't even go to bed until midnight or 1 a.m. I just sat there crying. I took the 3 gifts that I already bought him for Father's Day and chucked them in the trash can. Personalized items that cost me more than I care to admit, but I don't even care anymore. He found them in the garbage this morning and asked me what they were and why they were in the trash covered in food. And I told him they were his Father's Day gifts and left it at that. He's now saying that he tried to make my weekend special and that he's hurt by me throwing away his gifts to retaliate against him for it not turning out the way he wanted it to. All right.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. Did she marry a high schooler?
I mean, and well, that's the thing is when I read this, I scrolled down to read comments and she said that they were living like 2 hours away, but their landlord decided to sell the house unexpectedly, so they moved near, I guess, their hometown where they grew up. So he's now back with like all his old buddies and friends, and that's become the norm is he's always doing this kind of stuff. So
It's like he's
people are
reliving his
yeah, like
younger years.
yeah. And
But
oh
it
oh
sounded like
man.
he used her as an excuse to have a bonfire with his buddies.
And that's what's the thing is, in my opinion, if you're gonna have any kind of gathering, at least, get your spouse's input and say, do you even want people over? Because the way I am is I want my house cleaned. I want to make sure nothing else is going on. We have enough room. I want to look halfway, maybe shower, you know. So if I was like
Shower
wanting
you
a
once a
Mother's
month or
Day, and it's like if I was wanting a Mother's Day weekend, I would think like he's inviting my friends over, not his. And I
or
don't want,
sending you to a spa.
yeah, and I don't want to, because I've been in that situation too, where I've gotten stuck kind of handling other people's kids because they're just doing whatever. And uh,
Drinking.
let's see what you guys say. Always Crayful says, I can say first husband was the asshole. Second husband only once when he forgot our 5th anniversary after I reminded him of plans that morning. Oh. April says, yes, he is the asshole. She'd be divorced. Kyle says, at least give her an IOU for the massage. Grace says,
You're right.
he's the asshole, but she ain't no prize. Kushner says, I give her a well earned pass on holism.
The thing is, she after how long she kind of should have realized. She shouldn't have expected anything.
When I
It's
noticed too, she kept saying, yeah, I get it. It's whatever when he does stuff. It's like, is that sounds like it's normal too, that he does this and she's normally like, okay, it's fine, whatever. But
yeah.
since it was Mother's Day, expecting more, but
He sounds like a kid though. Oh God, we gotta turn him back because of the flies.
right.
Like
Like,
seriously.
well, it's like, don't go on a walk, go on a drive somewhere. Like, why is that the end of the night because of flies? Like
But
come on
then
now.
he took on extra work. Like why didn't he like take take the day off? Like yeah, it's nice, get extra hours, but then like keep the kids occupied, let her relax and do whatever she wants to do that day. He could have done
Yeah.
that. Or he could have cleaned up the mess that his buddies all made.
What's weird to me too is he made it sound like, oh, I have this, massage isn't enough. I'm going to go all out. But instead, his idea was to have a party with his friends and get drunk. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
And what she say? He got her a little sugar container and made her go out to the car to get it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, come on, dude.
That's just so mean. Like, oh, by the way, your Tupperware is
You
in the
got
truck.
Tupperware. I mean,
Like she likes that. Yeah, she likes that kind of stuff. But it's like, come on, like after she expressed how she felt, you could have done something a little extra. But like Grace said too, like there's no communication. She needs to be communicating with him more. Like, hey, you need to. This is how I'm feeling right now. This is how
yeah,
you're making me feel.
yeah. And someone else had commented saying when it's Father's Day, she should be like, have fun with the kids. I'm going to get my massage. You owe me.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
He
So,
could have made up for the supposedly attempt. I'm saying that, and I have quotation.
yeah. And
Um,
it's one thing to, have a get together, but don't call it the Mother's Day bonfire when it's
yeah,
nobody nobody she knows and she's stuck babysitting adults and kids and doing all the cleanup like uh-uh.
who wants to do that?
Not me.
And yeah, he could have sent if like give her have a weekend thing. He could have sent her to a spa to get her own massage.
Yeah.
Probably, probably one that isn't half-assed that he would have done. Just in my opinion.
So chat, what is your aunt? I think a lot of you have said he's the asshole, but um say put a 1 if the husband is the asshole, 2 the wife is the asshole, or 3 little both.
He is the asshole, but she needs to not let him keep getting away with it.
Yeah. And I probably would have, in a fit of rage, thrown away his stuff too.
Right. Like, yeah, it's funny. He got to dig it out of the trash just like she had to go out to the car.
Yeah, like you can pull it out
Hey,
and
Sean. Good to see you.
hey, Sean, like you can pull it out and rinse it off if you want.
But it's like, that's the thing, too. Like, it keeps going back to how he's like just used to this. Okay, I'll just be half-assed on Mother's Day, and I'll still get a bunch of cool stuff on Father's Day. Like, she just keeps doing it every year, and it's the thing. I've had this conversation with my own mom so many times because she would do the same thing, like cry that he didn't get her anything for her birthday or for their anniversary or for Mother's Day. And it's
Yeah,
like, well, then I told her. And finally she started listening. I was like, then you need to stop going all out for him. Don't even bother getting him a card anymore. He's not
yeah,
getting you anything at all, not even a card anymore, then stop. There's no
yeah,
point. Like, why would you do, like, he's, you know, give it, like, see how he feels.
yeah.
But,
Like I have a friend that her and her husband, they really don't put a whole lot of thought into Mother's and Father's Day because they're like, it's just a dumb holiday. Like we're mothers and fathers every day. Why do we need to make a big deal on one day? Like they'll still celebrate it, but they're not like they don't put a lot of stock into it. They usually celebrate
yeah.
like the in-laws.
Mom, what are you doing?
Daddy's Day handy. All right, so let me scroll up. So Mousy says 1 and 3. Grace says 3. Sean says 1. AC says 3. Fishner says 1, 1, 1, 3. So it
Yeah.
sounds like a tie between he's the asshole or they're both the asshole. All right. Your turn.
Okay. Let's see. I picked one of, since Grace couldn't, yeah, I picked one of hers. All right. So am I the a-hole because I only spent Father's Day with one son? I've always had a tradition of taking my son to the beach on Father's Day. My wife and I had a baby recently, and obviously he's not up for the beach day yet. My wife wanted me to change my plans, but this is a tradition. So much has already changed in our older child's life, and I think it's important to keep some things consistent. My wife said I need to do something that includes both kids. I don't agree. The baby won't remember, our older son will. She told me to compromise with her, and I said I would never presume to tell her not to do what she wants on Mother's Day. It's Father's Day, and I want to go to the beach. She's still mad at me 2 days later. Am I the asshole for going to the beach? That's it. See how short it was? I like it.
Hey.
I figured I I have to. Hey, pretend fashionista. Good to see you. I have to agree with the husband on this one because it's a baby. Like, the
Yeah.
baby's not going to remember anything. And like you said, right now, there's so many changes in the older son's life. Like right now, like let him be a focus.
Well, if it's their tradition too,
Yeah.
don't want to
And then once the
ruin that.
baby, yeah, once the baby's old enough, they would join the tradition.
Yeah. It's like, let this year be, and if that's what he wants to do on his day, then it is what it is.
And that's what he said too. Like, I wouldn't ever make you decide what you want to do for Mother's Day or,
Yeah. And like you said, the baby won't remember it. And so he can do the beach with his other son and then come home and, I don't know, play around with the baby and take pictures or whatever, but the baby won't have any clue what's going on.
yeah, exactly.
I say not the asshole.
Yeah, no, he's not. I don't think he is. I think he was in the right on that one.
I just hope that she doesn't try to pull that every year. Like, tell him what to do on his day.
And then, like, what is she gonna want it to change now? Once their kid gets older, like the baby gets older, she gonna go, oh well, that was something you guys used to do. How about you guys change it and do something all of you can do? Like, yeah, I can go to the beach.
Yeah, that's what she sounds like.
Yeah, yeah,
I say
I agree.
she's the asshole.
I think a lot of people are in agreement that he is not and she is.
Yeah. So chat 1 is the husband the asshole, 2 the wife, or 3 both.
You said one for the OP and two for the
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't say two,
Yep. Asshole wifey.
but he says two. Thank you, buddy. Uno, dos, tres.
Wow. Everyone coming in with the 2.
I figured gotta redeem the men after the last one you read.
Right. Yeah. That's why when I was choosing mine, I was like, gotta do both. My next one is long, so me.
Hey,
Like,
at
you
least
can do the short ones.
fine.
But
I'll
I
do
also
short
figure like the long ones will provide more
more.
context too. Yeah.
I don't think there wasn't really much more he could have added just of their bickering back and forth of.
Yeah.
So that one was a simple. That's why I figured that one was like a simple yes. She is the a-hole. You are not.
Yeah.
And then while
I
you
like to
do
see
that,
anyone argue that she was in the right and he wasn't, but I'm sure there's one. There's always one. All right. So this one says, am I the asshole for not giving my husband, quote, a single hour off on Father's Day? My husband, who's 36, and I, 33, have been married for 8 years and have 3 kids, a 5-year-old, 3-year-old, and a 1 month old infant. I am currently still recovering from my planned C section, and it is taking a lot longer than I had hoped. I'm not on bed rest, but pretty darn close. Unless it's to go to the bathroom or changing or feeding my baby, I'm pretty much always sitting or laying down. I don't like it, but it's what my body needs to heal right now. Both my husband and I are still on maternity/paternity leave. Obviously, that means pretty much every other aspect of our lives falls on my husband right now. He's been doing a great job of taking care of the older kids and making sure everything in our lives is running as smoothly as it can given our circumstances. He's also great about taking care of the baby and giving me breaks as much as he can. But I can tell it's starting to wear on him mentally and physically. Neither of us is sleeping well, and I swear he looks like he's lost more weight than I have since the baby came. Due to me being pretty much immobile, I can't really go out of the house or do anything without assistance. So I wasn't able to plan anything really fun for Father's Day. I did help the older kids make him cards and ordered him some nice steaks to cook, though. I felt bad
sorry.
because for Mother's Day he bought me a 6-hour pregnancy spa treatment and took the older kids out of the house all day so I could have peace. But on the morning of Father's Day, I was feeling worse than usual as I had to strain myself the day before to pick up something off the floor, and I aggravated my incision. So I was laid up all day. Again, this meant my husband had to do literally everything that day. By the time he got the older kids to bed, I could tell he was irritated and upset. I told him to try and relax for a bit, but then the baby started fussing, and he jumped off the couch, grabbed a pillow, and screamed into it. I tried to calm him down, but he just kept freaking out about he's at his wit's end and he needs a break, and that I couldn't even find a way to give him a single hour of quiet on Father's Day. I started crying, and he just looked at me and walked away to take care of the baby without saying anything. After he took care of the baby, he came back to me and apologized, but he said he needs a break and he's going to talk to family about taking the older kids for a week or so, and that he's just disappointed that his Father's Day was spent running around doing everything for everyone else. He didn't even get to cook his steaks, he just ate cold pizza for dinner. I asked him what I was supposed to do because it's not like I can move or leave the house. And he said I could have looked into a sitter for the kids or made them sit with me and watch a movie for an hour so he could just have a sliver of time for himself. He said he just feels like his needs are at the bottom of the list and he just wanted to feel like he matters for one day.
Wow.
The, the end.
The whole like I got him steaks for him to cook.
Yeah. I thought you couldn't order in takeout
Yeah, right.
or
Like
have hot pizza instead of cold. And I'm going to be that person, but this is how the moms feel all the
I was
time.
gonna say, but I wasn't
And
gonna say it.
I had to say it cuz
I was gonna say, welcome to motherhood.
and and I don't mean that as, dads don't deserve a break too, especially when he's having to pull double duty while she recovers, but yeah, I don't know if yeah, because I
I
totally get being
get
at
being
your
at your
wits
wits.
end
Yes,
because
I totally get being at your wits end, especially with the newborn,
yeah.
and then he's
But
got
I
the older
also can
one.
understand him thinking like, okay, you know, could have at least been like, hey, let them chill in bed with me or, something. Because if she aggravated her incision, sometimes you have to go back in for that to get it looked at and whatnot. So, yeah, it sounds like they're both just like, they're probably going stir crazy and
Well,
he's
she's
probably not,
probably because she's laid up, can't do anything. Probably in pain. I can only imagine what a C-section feels like. Um,
yeah,
and
they're
then
not fun.
but like people are saying, the communication isn't
Yeah.
like he and I agree with like what Rocky Couch said. Like
See,
they both do need time.
been there. Those first 2 weeks are rough on everyone involved, and it sounds like he's trying his best. I don't think anyone is the asshole. They both just need time. Yeah. Yep. Then Juju says, how about communicate? They both need a break. Nancy says, like, she didn't choose to be in that condition, and it was because she had a baby. Suck it up. Fish says, he's the stress hole. And Grace says, he's an asshole, but it's understandable. Juju says, they're both assholes.
Yeah, Mousy said he could have. Why didn't he call to get some extra help? She can't even drive in that state, which is true. Even when you have a vaginal birth, you still can't drive for a while.
Right.
But I can only imagine C-sections. There's no way.
Yeah. I think I don't even like saying that they're both assholes because this is normal stuff. Like you just get to your what's end, you lash out.
The baby's fish near.
Oh, not the baby.
The
I'm
kids are for
also
not taking care of the baby and letting their parents sleep. Just kidding.
I'm a little bit surprised that because he said he wants to talk about family coming to take him for a week. I'm the only other context I would need is, sometimes families that are local, they celebrate Father's Day together.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit surprised that if the grandparents are around, that none of them said, "Hey, let's do something for Father's Day together," or we can take the kids off your hands so you can sleep, or you know. So yeah, I'm a little bit wondering that.
Yeah. Like, why
Every
didn't they come up? Why didn't the family volunteer to come up knowing that, she had a C-section?
yeah, everyone involved needs a hug. Yep.
Hug.
And the amount of sleep you're not getting during those times, I will not judge anyone for their decision making. Exactly.
I don't judge anyone that it's like, no, I still don't get much sleep. Like, I got, I can't say nothing because I was lucky that he started sleeping through the night like at 6 weeks. Or 6 weeks, not
Yeah,
6 weeks, 6 months. I wish it was 6 weeks. 6 months. He was already sleeping through the night. So I can't really complain about being tired around then, but now that I don't sleep much still,
oh,
because I was like, I'm still on, even though it's been almost 10 years, I'm still on the newborn thing where I wake up every few hours. It's just like,
that's probably just from phantom.
yeah, it's like
What do they call it?
ingrained.
Phantom feelings or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
ingrained in me. Because like there's times like where I would wake up like all freaking out because he didn't wake up for like, uh, he slept longer than he normally would, and it would always like freak me out.
yeah, yeah. There were nights I was like, "Am I? I'm never gonna sleep again for the rest of my
Yeah.
life." Like, please tell me this gets better. So,
They get older. So it
yeah,
seems like there's, you got some saying he is, some saying they both, some saying neither. So what do you
yeah.
guys think?
Let's say one in the chat for the wife is the asshole, two the husband, three both, or four none. Yeah, that's what I wish someone had told me because it's true what they say. Like nobody prepares you for it. They say, "Oh, you know, make sure you have it," but it's like no one prepares you for the mental exhaustion of it.
No one prepares. There is no, there really is no like book on how to be a parent.
No, because I mean, yeah, there's like what to expect when you're, but it's like no family is one size fits all. So
Yeah.
that's why I don't really believe in reading books and
This shirt is still
because
saying the baby.
that is
Sean,
not that was not an option.
Sean throws something at him for saying it's the baby's fault.
The baby's probably thinking, "You two need to chill. I'm just living."
Just come feed me and change my diaper.
Yeah. The one thing I would say she probably should have done is order in instead of like,
Yeah.
"You were with the kids all day. Now let's go grill."
Yeah, like it's a nice thought because oh yeah, he really likes the steaks, but maybe I don't know where they live. If there's like maybe a nice steakhouse that she could have
Yeah.
had delivered Uber Eats.
Like order some Texas Roadhouse. Call it good.
The six to C section. Oh my
Yes.
goodness, everybody's the
Though
asshole.
I had two and they're not fun recovery.
You cook and do the dishes. They're happy name.
Exactly. Like it's like it's like you could have thought that through a little bit
Yeah,
better, but it's like plus even if he's the one grilling, it's like you've already got enough on your plate. The last thing you want to do is like more dishes.
yeah,
And if he's got to go in and out of the house, it's like she can't move, so you have to pray the kids it will behave. But
yeah.
your turn again.
Yeah. All right. Am I the a hole for asking my husband to clear his social calendar for Father's Day because I told him I was planning something, then not going through with it? As you all know, Father's Day is tomorrow. My husband and I are very. Hold on. Hold on one second.
Okay. Yes, steak is good. I love steak. But yeah, on my day, I would not want to be cooking.
Okay, sorry. I had to help the gremlin. All right, so starting over. As you all know, Father's Day is tomorrow. My husband and I are first time parents, and I just recently celebrated my first Mother's Day. Although it was kind of shitty due to the fact that my husband had inadvertently made plans with one of his buddies to attend the Brian Nelson. It was nice to have gotten to spend the day with my daughter. Well, about a week ago, I asked my husband to clear his social calendar for Father's Day weekend because I intended on hosting a small pool party for him, immediate family, and a few friends. He hesitated, arguing that Father's Day weekend should be about him being able to enjoy a hobby he enjoys, such as golf or going fishing, but agreed to do so anyway. Well, the party is set to take place this afternoon, and my husband called to let me know that he feels uncomfortable attending this party because he's our daughter's father only and not anyone else's. I explained to him that I simply wanted to celebrate him with our friends and family, and although he is dreading having to attend, he agreed to do so. As soon as I hung up the phone with him, I was annoyed that he was so bothered by the fact that I simply wanted to celebrate him as the father. So I called everyone I invited and told them the party was canceled. Am I the asshole? Wow.
Oh, you said you're a little low on your mic.
Oh, sorry. I did. Sorry about that. I had moved it when I was talking to Gremlin, and I forgot to move it back. Do I need to read it again? I can read it again. Do I need to read it again? Should I read it again? You guys are a little like it's delayed. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm already done. Do you want? I can read it again. I would read it. Okay.
Microphone is the asshole. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot I moved it. Okay. So, as you all know, Father's Day is tomorrow. My husband and I are first time parents, and I just recently celebrated my first Mother's Day. Although it was kind of shitty due to the fact that my husband had inadvertently made plans with one of his buddies to attend the Brian Nelson. It was nice to have gotten to spend the day with my daughter. Well, about a week ago, I asked my husband to clear his social calendar for Father's Day weekend because I intended on hosting a small pool party for him, immediate family, and a few friends. He hesitated, arguing that Father's Day weekend should be about him being able to enjoy a hobby he enjoys, such as golf or going fishing. Oh, I'm all looking at the chat, making sure. Okay, keep going. Where did it go? I lost myself. Okay, are going fishing, but agreed to do so anyway. Well, the party is set to take place this afternoon, and my husband just called to let me know that he feels uncomfortable attending this party because he's only our daughter's father and not anyone else's. I explained to him that I simply wanted to celebrate him with our friends and family, and although he is dreading having to attend, he agreed to do so. As soon as I hung up the phone with him, I was annoyed that he was so bothered by the fact that I simply wanted to celebrate him as a father. So I called everyone I invited and told them the party was canceled. Am I the asshole?
Yes, she is.
Yep.
So she's mad that she planned a party that he didn't even want.
Yeah, he told her he didn't want, and then goes and cancels it after he begrudgingly agrees to do it. So now what is she gonna do? I want to know if there's an update.
I think she's the asshole because one, she it sounded like she was making out about what she wanted more than what he wanted, but also to cancel last minute as if nobody else could have made plans. And it was what Father's Day was it Father's Day or Father's Day weekend?
It was Father's Day.
Yeah, so it's like those people could have made plans, but she's going to cancel on them last minute and leave them to figure out something else to do. See, I say she's the asshole.
Hey, Teresa. Good to see
Hey,
you.
Teresa. So what is? I don't even know what the Byron Nelson is. What is that? Let's see. AC says the Byron Nelson is always on Father's Day weekend. A great way to spend Father's Day.
Well, technically, he did that on Mother's Day, and that's why she's mad, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
she's just getting back at him. Sounds like. Ask what your spouse wants and do that. Exactly. Oh, goal turn. Okay. That's definitely like a Father's Day thing. Hey, Uncle Sal.
Hey,
Thanks
Uncle
for-
Sam. Good to see you. If the questions need to be asked, you're the a-hole Father's Day or any regular day, that's always the answer.
Oh, gotcha. Father's or a golf tournament. Yeah. Yeah. She's the asshole for more reasons than one, in my opinion.
The whole thing about them getting all mad because he was bothered by something he didn't ask for and that you're pressuring him to do, and then go and canceling it after he agrees to do it. It's just, there's a divorce in the future. I'm sorry.
It wouldn't
Just my
surprise
opinion.
me. Because and that's the funny thing is these holidays like this don't need to be, there doesn't need to be drama, but
But there always is.
evidently there is.
Oh, always grateful. Her and her dad went to Brian every year.
Oh,
No.
embrace the a-holy vibe. Be the best a-hole you can be. I mean, sometimes you gotta, because there's no other option. So
Yeah.
chat one for if you think the wife is the asshole, two the husband is the asshole, or three both.
I'm saying one.
Same. And it sounds like she also wanted to throw this pool party to be like, look how great of a wife I am. I threw my husband
That's
a
what all the
party.
comments are saying. Like when I'm reading, I was reading like the comments on there on the post. And if I go on, to me, she's just trying to show her husband she's a better person because she planned this and he did nothing for her on Mother's Day. Or
Yeah. That's like, you threw it for you. Good job. And then you're going to cancel it because he reacted how you knew that he did not want a pool party.
yeah,
Let's see. You got a one, one, not enough info on husband. 3.26. One and a fourth.
Teresa can't say because she missed it, which is okay. I had to reread it anyway because my mic didn't want to work for me because I had moved it. And I forgot to move it back.
It happens.
So
I think
Maggie,
majority agrees that wifey's the a-hole.
mm-hmm.
All right. This one. Oh, let me see. Okay. Says, am I the asshole for throwing my stepson's Father's Day gift out of my house?
Oh my God. Here
let
we
me
go.
let me preface this by saying that I am a 38-year-old male. I struggled with alcoholism for 3 years. It was the most difficult period of my life. I'm now 3 years sober and doing so much better with my life. I got married to my wife last year and have a stepson who's 16, name is Jake. Jake and I aren't really close, but we have a cordial relationship. His dad's in the picture, so it's pretty clear that he never sees me as a dad. Jake has done a number of things in the past that caused us to fight, like getting into trouble and making me pay for damages, or damaging my own things and having me pay for them. He also constantly mocks my sobriety every chance he gets. Some issues got worked out with time, but the mocking is pretty much still there. I told him and told my wife how this makes me feel, but got nowhere. Father's Day comes, and my wife's family came over to celebrate with us. We had dinner, and then Jake surprised me with a gift, saying it was for me for Father's Day, which I thought was sweet and completely out of character for him to get me anything. However, from the way he was smug smiling, I just didn't feel comfortable. Anyway, I opened it, and behold, there was a flask and a glass. Frankly, I felt like he just made fun of or mocked one of the biggest and most difficult struggles in my entire life. I froze. I didn't know what to say or how to act since everyone was literally watching me. Jake was giggling hard, and that's when I got pissed. I put everything back, then grabbed the box and told him, "This doesn't belong in my house." Then I opened the door, walked up to the trash can, and threw the entire thing in there. My wife, her mom, and my stepson were at the door watching. Jake went downstairs, and my wife started arguing with me about what I did. We got into an argument. That's when her parents left. My wife got more upset, saying how I reacted was childish and that Jake was just teasing and I should loosen up and stop being dramatic. I refused to get
Oh,
engaged any further, and now there's just so much tension in the house and silence from my in-laws. Am I the
divorce.
asshole for how I handled it?
No, that is not no joke or teasing matter when he dealt with alcoholism and is sober. You do not throw that in somebody's face. The son
No.
is the asshole. The wife is the asshole for not raising her son right. But anyway,
Well, and I did she help him buy it because well he's 16.
oh, you're right.
Yeah, he's 16, and what he said in the beginning was whenever he does something, he's having to pick up the tab for it, so he probably doesn't have money. So did the wife take him to get the gift and thought that was okay?
There's
Like,
no way that's a tease. That she should know better to know that that's not a teasing matter, not a joking matter. That is something serious. One
yeah,
drink, he can go like one drop. He can go off the wagon. He can go right back to what he was doing.
yeah.
He's come far.
Because so like say if he was going on a diet, not eating sugar or whatever, and they get him a big bag of candy or whatever, and it's like, oh, just kidding. Here's like that's one thing, but something like alcohol, like that is very that's a dangerous game to play right there. And it sounds like the son either like and then well also I don't know his father, but could he have been like, oh, get him a flask, that'll be funny.
Yeah, could have been the dad, like the
But
bio dad.
either way, for the wife to be like, that's not a teasing gift.
Yeah,
And I feel like she definitely knew because
she's she's enabling her child's behavior.
yeah. And if he's already told them before, like, I don't like having my sobriety be mocked, he says it fell on deaf ears, then they're not taking it seriously.
And then he was laughing like, haha, like, look, I got you because you're. Like, he was pretty much mocking him, like, you're not gonna do anything because so many people are watching you. So that's exactly what he did. He went and threw it away in front of them.
Yeah. And I hope he has like a good sponsor or whatever, because it does not sound like they support his sobriety in any way.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wonder if he's hoping like if he were to fall off the wagon, would him and his mom break up?
Maybe.
It sounds like that's probably what he wants if he's going to act like that.
Yeah, that's what I agree with Rocket. Yes, the kid is the a-hole for the insensitive gift, but the wife is the bigger one for not having the OPs back.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I would think too that her mom would be like, that's not cool. And I also get not wanting, feeling like I don't want to get in the middle, but
Yeah, that's like if I like the parents like I'm out of here.
because if that was my daughter, I'd be like, you know better than that. I did not
Like you
raise you
need to
to,
go talk. You need to go talk to your kid.
yeah, I did not raise you to be like that. Like, that's not funny.
That's the thing. If I was okay, I would have gone and like, how did he get this alcohol?
Well, I know you can buy them empty, and I bet that's what he did. I could see him being like, "Look, mom, this is funny," but I think she went with him to get it for him. And plus, he's not going to spend his own money on a gift for his stepdad if that's how their
No,
relationship is.
it seems like the kid's been the a-hole the whole time.
Yeah, there's no respect there for him at all. Not just his sobriety, but sounds like he doesn't respect him, period. Oh, yeah. I wonder if this is a case of the kid getting a gift for himself that he knows the recipient won't use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The OP's the stepfather of the kid. The wife's son is married to his mom. Like, I can even freaking speak now. Bleh. Start talking all, getting all
Yeah,
tongue tied.
yeah, that's a gift I would have, because if he also was just like sitting there and was like, haha, good one, it's also teaching the kid like it's
It's
funny.
okay. Yeah,
So if by him throwing
in
it up,
that.
be like I'm taking this seriously, like I'm staying sober. That was worst time of my life. Don't want to go back to it, but he's like, oh, you're an alcoholic. Ugh. Like that's not funny.
Yeah,
And and if they've
it's
only
him
been
like
married a year,
right.
I don't know if they're gonna
I don't know
if
if they're
that's
even
gonna
still
last.
married now.
Yeah. There needs to be like part two of a lot of these
I
stories.
know, right? There sometimes are. It's like you have to really dig for the updates sometimes, and it's like I don't feel like doing all that.
And because there's so many, like impossible to keep track. So chat, put a one if you think the the dad is the asshole, two the stepson, or three the wife, or four
For the son
the
and the wife,
yeah.
or five, all of
Yeah.
them.
Everybody. The dog, the mother-in-law, the house plant, all of them.
That's my thing. Is like I understand you gotta like be there for your kid and whatnot, but no, not like that. Like when it comes to your kid being the a hole, you need to teach your kid
Yeah,
accountability and to that is just no joking matter. She knows better. She's an adult. She should know how
exactly.
hard her husband fought to be sober.
And even though I don't think the flask is a joking matter, I could see maybe a little bit if he said, I'm just kidding. This is your real gift. And it was
Yeah,
something
like that would be
nice.
but yeah, mm-mm, no.
But no, he was laughing and like that was it the whole time. Like, that's just not cool. You're, even though you're 16, that's old enough to know better. We got a little bit of a mix. Two and three, four, two and three, four,
Well,
two,
two
two,
and three
two,
is pretty
three,
much
three.
four. Two and three is four, so
Yep. And then 32.
yeah, that's just as someone that grew up with an alcoholic dad, it's no, it's not fun,
No,
and I would never do that to my dad as a joke.
no. And it's like they need all the support they can get if they're gonna stay sober. So that's never something I would tease about. All right. You got one more?
I know, Teresa. I know. I'm meaning because I said four for the mom and the son. I was gonna say I was gonna actually correct myself too. I was gonna say two and three is four, but wait, it's really actually five. But you know what I mean.
We're gonna do a math lesson the rest of the same.
Uh, I know, I know she's teasing me. See, now that is
Yeah, that's
like
something
a
to tease about.
teasing. That is teasing. That has not that yeah. So I don't know. Should we? Oh wait, we said we're gonna do three each. How many did we do? Did we do? Did you do three?
Yeah, you have one more.
Okay, I didn't know if we should. I wish.
Hey,
I wish
Iris.
better. Okay, so let me get mine. Oh shoot, I thought I had it up. Where'd it go?
Did you lose it?
Yeah, so here we go. I am reading this one. Ooh, 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 ooh. This one is a long one. Should I go find a shorter one? Because we're already at like the hour mark, or does it matter?
Up to you. I'm cool either way.
Okay, let me go back. I was trying to pull like another one of Grace's. Okay, let's see.
I can't remember if any of the other ones were short or not.
This one's short. Okay, so am I the a hole for wanting my husband to spend time with our kids? We've been together for 13 years and have two kids, 5 and 9. Father's Day is coming up, and the kids have been feeling excited to spend the day with their dad. However, this morning, we're in the US, is what she put in parentheses. I learned from my husband that he, his father, and brother plan to go on a trip together tomorrow to celebrate and spend Father's Day together. I was taken aback because he never told me about this, and me and the kids were already talking about spending the day together. But he never said anything and kept us in the dark. The kids were eager to spend the day with their dad. My husband said his dad was paying for the trip and he can't tell him the kids should come too. He thinks it is rude to ask his father to include the kids. But brother he also told me brother-in-law is taking his kids. He said his brother was paying for his kids to come and he could pay too, but didn't think it was a good idea to take the kids. I frankly couldn't understand his logic when he said he wants to spend Father's Day with his dad and not the kids. He blew up and said I was being such a pain in the neck over something as stupid as Father's Day, and he just taken this opportunity to get fresh air and get away from work and stress. I told him it will impact the kids to spend Father's Day away from their father, and he needed to think of it this way. He said I was trying to manipulate him out of going altogether by guilt tripping him and called my behavior controlling and borderline abusive because of how I'm making it seem like this is the only Father's Day that the kids will have. He told me to get the F out with the my way or the highway BS and stop mentioning it. He went out and hasn't returned yet. He's not even picking up the phone or responding to my texts. Am I the asshole and overreacting?
Um, I think he's overreacting a little bit.
Yeah, I
Because,
can kind of see what she's coming from. It's like, well, your brother's taking his kids. Why not take your kids so the kids can have kids to play with? Like,
well, that and for him to say that's borderline abusive, like, come on.
yeah,
Like, that is overreacting. But it sounds like he just wanted, like, the day to himself and not deal with her and the kids, but he's not wanting to admit that. So he's making it like she's the crazy one. Like,
yeah.
I just want to, I want fresh air. Like
But
that's
the whole
fine, but
her whole thing was he didn't even tell her until like pretty much the day before it was all happening. So there's a reason he didn't do that because he knew what the right thing to do was to take his kids.
yeah. And I would feel a certain way too. Like if it was a dad, like a father son trip, then yeah. But if his brother is taking his kids, I'd be like, wait a minute, why are we getting left out? Or at least the kids.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah, the kids because the kids are old enough. At least the 9-year-old is old enough to understand what's happening. He's going to hear about it from his cousins. and he's gonna
Exactly. Like the
wonder.
cousins are going to get together and talk about it and be like, well, why didn't we get to go? And it's weird that even if he did just want to be by himself and be with his dad and brother, it's like, why not just say that instead of making it out to be an abusive situation? That's just weird. And that's where
Yeah,
I'd be like, okay, now we have a different issue on our hands. Like, you're not being honest.
yeah, because trying to say guilt tripping is like you pretty much lied, like kept in the dark, didn't decide to say anything till the night before. Then when like who's to say she didn't, her and the kids didn't have something already planned and we're gonna surprise him? Like
Yeah.
that would have just ruined all their plans. He's gonna take off with his his dad, his brother, and his brother's kids. So either way, he's still gonna have to deal with kids. Kids are still gonna be there. He just doesn't want to take his because he doesn't want to have to deal with them and have to take care of them. He just wants to be do his own thing, which
And I would
isn't right on
imagine,
Father's Day, but it's still like that's still wrong in my opinion.
yeah, I would imagine that his dad that planned it was like, yeah, bring the kids and all that. And he was probably like, no, it's just going to be me. I just want time to myself.
Yeah,
And it's like, there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, he's being super shady about it.
and the other thing too is um it seems that um he didn't want to pay because the brother is paying for his kids. The dad is paying for the trip, and that's the thing. That's the other thing that's wrong. Is like you're gonna make your dad pay for a Father's Day trip. Your dad for a Father's Day
Right.
trip. You're having your dad pay, so you're pretty much going on a free trip.
Yeah. Yeah. That, because unless, so if the dad was paying or planning it, you would think he would point that out there like, yeah, I can pay, but I can't pay for like everybody. So everybody's got to pay their own way. Or if you want to bring the kids, you'll have to, I don't know. That sounds weird too. Oh, I
See
missed
what
this one.
see
He
what
could
Grace
at
said.
least come back
Oh,
early enough to spend quality time with his, yeah, exactly. Like do both.
mm-hmm.
I think she has a history of the guilt trips and controlling, and that's why he didn't bring up the trip. See, that's what
That
I
could
mean.
be.
Like, there's probably some details that she's leaving out, but
Yeah. I wonder if there
I
was
just
ever
think
any updates.
it's like, again, Reddit, we need updates. Yeah, exactly. He's going to be like, this feels weird. Only some of the grandkids are here. Lines of communication are definitely, yeah. Also, if was he planning on like sneaking out? Because it's like, dude, eventually she's going to know that you're wanting to go without the kids. So might want to rip off that
Yep.
band aid before.
I think that's what he was hoping to do it right before, so he can just get it over with and just disappear like he did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what my gut says is he just wanted time to himself, but didn't want to say it. And probably knew she would say, like, well, their kids are going. Why can't ours?
Oh, who knows? Maybe he knows her plans after all these years and doesn't like how she does the Father's Day thing.
And
Why he
some
figured
dads
to
are
disappear.
different. Like some dads are like all about like the family time, and then other dads are like, I want the day to myself. Because that's what my dad did when we were older. He'd just go golfing all day. We didn't get to do anything with him.
We and never like we would back when the great grandparents were still alive. It was mainly get-togethers for them. Like everyone got together and just hung out, had dinner, dessert, and just had
Yeah.
time laughing, and it was fun. Like and then after they passed away, at least on my dad's side, it's just they stopped like doing stuff. Like my dad never really. My dad would kind of do the same, like do what he wanted to do. He'll like probably go fishing or something.
Yeah.
But he actually would used to cook and stuff on Father's Day. He didn't really like it. Just never really at home. It wasn't really like a big deal for Mother's Day or Father's Day. Like we
Yeah.
only did it for the grandparents.
Yeah. And then you have some families that they get everybody together for
That's what
one
it was. Like
holiday.
that's what it was. It's like we were all together because like the great grandparents were getting older. And they weren't gonna be around much longer. Like we used to get together like Christmas Eve on my dad's side. Like everybody on my dad's side would get together, but they don't even do that anymore. Ever since the great grandparents passed, it's just everybody does their own thing now.
Yeah, that's how my family is too. Everybody's spread out. Everybody like does their own thing. We haven't had
Yeah,
a big family get together in several years. But for usually on Father's Day for my husband, I'm like, what do you want to do? What do you want me to make? What do you want to like? It's up to you. That's usually just more go with the flow about it. Don't make a big deal.
yeah. That's
But
the thing. There are some people that do make a big deal about it.
and like I said earlier, it's a holiday that doesn't need drama. It's like,
Yeah,
but apparently a lot of people have drama on Mother's Day and Father's Day.
yeah. Because they're not ever on the same page. There's no communication.
Yeah.
Just say what you want. Say, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do my own thing on Mother's Day. I'm going to do my own thing on Father's Day. Mother's Day, now that I think about it, at least on my mom's side, we used to always go either out to like the movies, go out shopping, go out to lunch. That's what we did on
Hmm.
um, my mom's side with on like the when everybody had a day off, like because she has three sisters, and
Hmm.
then I have three cousins, like girl cousins. So all of us girls used to just go out and just have a good time on the weekend.
Yeah. It should
Haven't
be
done that in
just
a
a
long time.
day. I think it should just be whatever the mother or the father, whatever, it's their day. Let them choose what they want. But then you also have, like, because when I was reading some of the like Mother's Day posts, they want the husband to like plan everything down to
Yeah,
the from the morning to the evening. And it's like, wouldn't it be easier to just say like this is what I want to do or not do? And then go
yeah,
from there? Because then I feel like that's setting up the spouse for failure if their expectations are not met.
exactly. What did you get,
Oh,
Nancy? Did you get
oh,
power tools?
what kind of power tool?
Did you get one that has batteries?
Did you get a bob? That's what I think when I think power tool. Not bad.
Did you get a
Oh,
little rose?
so we didn't ask the chat. So put a 1 for if the wife is the asshole, 2 the husband is the asshole, 3 a little bit of both, or 4 if you want more information.
Yeah, oh my goodness, Nancy got herself a bob.
You got a bob.
Hey, that's what she wanted.
Nice. Oh, so we got 2s coming in.
Yep. I forgot. No, sorry, Rocket. I actually like when she asked again. I almost forgot. We were just talking about it. Like, wait, what was the story about? I was the one that read it. Wait, yeah, I was the one that
So
read it.
the husband was going to go on a trip that his dad planned with his brother and his brother's kids, and his own kids were not, he didn't want his own kids included. He just wanted to go off by himself, and she wanted their kids included. And he said he's tired of the guilt trip and it's borderline abusive behavior. And he left anyway and isn't picking up the phone.
He misunderstood what I meant about that. Sure, Mousy, sure.
Misunderstood, sure.
He knew exactly what you wanted.
Looks like
you were testing him, weren't you?
I think majority is saying 3.
Yeah, 2 got some 2s, got some 3s. Then we got Mousy with her bob.
Did not picture the stream going that way, but it's always a surprise.
And it wasn't my fault this time.
Exactly. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Yeah, it's a record.
Right. I wonder if there's any other Father's Day Reddits like that, but have to do that another night.
My wife asked for a bob, but I said no, I'm enough for her.
I bet there's got to be one on there just like that.
Am I the a-hole for asking my husband to get me this?
Well, it depends on. I think it depends on how you ask. Because if you say you're not enough, then yeah, you might be an asshole. But it's like we could have fun. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, just Brett.
Hey, Brett. All right, so we ended a little early, but
Yep.
that means you guys get off early. And Mouse, you can go enjoy your bob early.
I'll have your husband put. Never mind. We should just end it before I embarrass Mousy.
We're gonna get ourselves in trouble. But I'm just teasing. But
Yep.
really though,
No, but thank you
guys,
all for joining. It was really nice.
Yeah, thank you guys for
Grace
your input.
Here.
Yeah,
it
so
was
next
really
week
weird.
It is weird without her. It's like something missing a limb.
Oh, that's right. We do guys say because next week is July 4th.
Yeah.
Carly has plans. I don't know. We haven't really discussed if we were going to change it to Friday or if we might do. Grace and I might do something on Thursday.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was literally right before the stream. We were like, next week's the 4th.
So
we'll have to
I would
discuss.
just say, I would just say, just keep an eye out for the stream. Just see.
Yeah.
Wait for it to either be Thursday or Friday, or we shall see.
And if you guys could do the YouTube-y things, give us comments, just start having conversation in the comment section. It's all good.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be about.
I guess we should just ask if anybody has plans, because if everybody has plans on Thursday, there's really no point in being up here by ourselves.
Just let us know in the comments of this stream if you would prefer, if you've got nothing going on the 4th, or if you'd want us to do it on Friday, just let us know. But yeah, leave us comments, like this video, tell all your friends about us, because we're still at that same spot. We want to grow. So
yeah, we want to grow.
Easy.
I have no life. Yeah, that's pretty much me. See, I gotta work the next day, so I ain't doing nothing. I get the day off, but I don't have to still get up early on Friday morning. Get up at 4 o'clock.
Oh no, that sucks. That's why holidays.
Oh, I forget.
They need to be on weekends.
I forget, Rocket Couch. You're not here.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute.
You keep forgetting because he just blends in so well. Hopefully that's not offensive. Like, how dare you say I blend in with Americans?
Alrighty. Well, hope you guys have a great rest of your night, weekend. Stay cool wherever you are.
Yes, and let's hope Grace gets her AC back.
Yes, everybody send Grace like cool air vibes.
Yep,
Send all the cool
give
air.
all. Yes, send all
Send
the
the
cool
cool air
air.
her way.
She's in Texas. That's enough said. Good night, everybody. Thank you again for joining.
Okay. Good night.
Good night. Bye. I can't even do my bye. Bye. I can't do it. I'm Batman. Is it gonna end? Is it gonna
Goodbye.
end? Do you know how to end it?